what up, world? It's your boy Amp Dog with another episode of Politickin. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing your love, and make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Big Amp Dog said, "What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal?" And today we got to talk about the situation that's going on across from West Coast to East Coast. It seems to be a little back and forth about the Drop Your Flag challenge, which I think is a great thing, man. I think it's a good message to put out there as far as the kids and showing them, the truth about the streets. Because one thing we could say about the last 4 or 5 years is that all of the things that we thought, outside looking in my case, but I could assume that it's even worse for people that are intrigued or trying to be a part of that gangbang life and street life and all that stuff, to where if anything we seen that most of the stuff that we were introduced to as a youth through music, movies, entertainment, everything like that is we see that it's not all the way that they cut it out to be, as far as the code, I guess you would say. So what I want to do is I want to play this video by Hocus Pocus 4/5, where he's talking about the Drop the Flag challenge, and then we're gonna go with Adam 22 with his response or his skit about it, which Styles P and a few other people didn't take too kindly of him making a mockery of the situation. Me, I don't really take no offense to it because I ain't that sensitive. But yeah, let's see what Hocus Pocus has to say. Oh shit, volume up.
I just don't know how. Well, here's how. I'm gonna tell you how. We're gonna do it together. I'm starting to drop my flag challenge, and for all the brothers that want to do it, that hit me up, or that didn't even say nothing to me, I'm gonna need y'all to step forward and put your best foot forward, and take that leap and lead the way. Because there's y'all got a lot of influence. I know because I speak to y'all. Y'all got a lot of influence, and a lot of brothers will follow y'all down this path if y'all just lead them down it. They just don't want to be judged, and it's okay. It's okay to not want to be judged, to be something for so long and not want to let it go. It's okay, but you gotta know what's good for you and what's not. And we all know. We all watch every single day. Every single day we watch it play out. There's never ended. So ever since I publicly renounced the game, a lot of brothers been hitting me up like, "Yo, Hocus, I support what you're doing. I love it. Congratulations. I want to do the same. I just don't know how." Well, here's how. I'm going to tell you how. We're going to do it together. I'm starting to drop my flag challenge. And for all the brothers that want to do it, that hit me up, or that didn't even say nothing to me, I'm going to need y'all to step forward and put your best foot forward, and take that leap and lead the way. Because there's y'all got a lot of influence. I know because I speak to y'all. Y'all got a lot of influence, and a lot of brothers will follow y'all down this path if y'all just lead them down it. They just don't want to be judged, and it's okay. It's okay to not want to be judged, to be something for so long and not want to let it go. It's okay, but you gotta know what's good for you and what's not. And we all know. We all watch every single day. Every single day we watch it play out. There's never ended.
So he got a pretty good message as far as what he's actually saying. It's true, you know. And quite frankly, anybody that I feel has any type of pushback with that, I don't care about the backgrounds and all that. And I'm not a street dude. I'm not in the streets. I don't gang bang. I'm a one man army. You feel me? But yeah, I think anybody that got any type of pushback, you are probably the cancer in the community that we need to get rid of. Just my opinion. Now let's see Adam 22. Let's see what Adam 22 did. All right, so this is Adam 22 basically denouncing his flag. And if you know anything about Adam 22, he's an entertaining dude. A lot of people, depending on how you look at things, a lot of people don't like him. They think that he just basically profits off of the destruction of the black community, the street codes, all of this kind of stuff. But let's get into what he actually said.
I just want to say to all the people out there, I ain't gangbanging no more. Um, I've been GDBD Vice Lord for a long time now. Been doing battle with my ops, done battle with the police, put in work in the jails, but I decided I needed to change my life. Ever since the big homies caught me playing with my booty hole, they've been extorting me, $20K a month. I can't live like this no more, man. It's too expensive, and I'm ready to just be me. So I encourage everybody out there to do the Drop My Flag challenge and just and live your truth on the dead homies. So yeah, gangbanging is out. Carrot and myself is in. Peace.
All right, so as we know, No Jumper, Adam 22, the platform over the years has evolved to different levels. It then went to different places. As of now, predominantly what you see is straight gangbang. It's like a hub for gangbangers to go on a platform, diss they ops, talk bad about the ops, which ultimately it spills out in the streets. I don't care how many people say um, the YouTube streets and all that stuff, bro. These dudes really don't have any type of filter on the information that they spew out. Like they didn't have like so many investigations, feds, and then like I always say, they in the city of Burbank. Ain't nothing more crazy than to be in a city like Burbank, California, and to be pushing these lines and promoting this type of thing where when you go there, you ultimately setting yourself up because Burbank is gonna pop out on you. They're gonna harass you. They're gonna do all of that stuff. And if you going on a platform that's mainly trying to get you to crash out, like every time I done seen an interview with these gang members or rappers or social media personalities, a lot of these dudes they got no filter on the crimes that they speak on, the crimes that they admit to be a part of, and just the mockery of the the detriment that it has on the community as a whole. But one person that did speak up about this was Styles P, man, and you got to respect Styles P, dog. You got to, cause ain't nothing like a person that'll come out and actually speak for they people. You know what I mean? And that's what he did. So we're gonna read a couple posts that he made, and Wack 100 actually chimed in as well, responding to Styles P. But let's see what Styles P had to say. Hold on. So I like the way Styles P coming. Of course, the ones that are against it, again, like I say, it's probably best that you stay up out of this. You know what I mean? So so Styles P said, prayers up and a huge salute to my brother Hocus 4/5. Some run the race, some take a journey. He is going to receive backlash because the movement is forward. Send him a salute because I sure as shit do. You can play little man games, which involves caring about yourself, or big man games, which involves caring about the youth. The choice is yours. I see no lies or anything of that sort of what he actually said there. Um, Now he furthered. I don't know if this was because of response or anything, but he then furthers another post, which he says most of the folks glorifying gangster shit never did no gangster shit. Go figure. Nerd up and enjoy your lives. Young Kings is better that way. Facts. Um, and then he got a caption where he says a real street nigga gonna tell you stay off the streets and he gonna be happy for you if you out the way. If that ain't the case, well he ain't a real street nigga. Your OG may be stupid. Don't fall into the same trap. Facts. Okay, now this is where this is where he goes crazy. Um, he said, "Whoever is black and is homeboys with the goofy white boy who mock putting down the flags for gang members, he must think y'all are bitches. Better G check that shit and tell him shut his devil slash federal mouth when he see black men trying to help black babies." Mm. Styles P in the caption, he says, "I usually stay away from talking about a lot of shit, but what he is trying to do and doing represents a different type of evil. Y'all brothers around him better G check that shit, or you are even more responsible and accountable than he is. If he don't make an apology to the culture and the race and actually mind his business from this point on, every black man that stands next with him or besides him is a fucking coward. Good night." So Adam 22, he responds, "It was a joke about some gay shit some dudes did. Hoke is acting like I was dissing him, and members in general is pure clout chasing. You too smart to be falling for this one, Unc." He said, he called him Unc, and a lot of people took offense to that. Like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? But either way, uh, now you got Wack 100. He responds at Styles P. "First off, nobody tells us the West, hashtag the West, what to do with what we originated. Second off, the clown he's clowning doesn't have the right rank or respect to dictate nothing. Third, we don't know what G check is. At Adam 22, stay your course. Nobody had nothing to say when you was just running around New York and all the Crips with all the Crips and blood projects. Won't y'all start with G checking is Bobby Smurder? Show us what y'all doing, but never think you could call a dog on what we better do." So Wack basically took offense to that, I would say. But my whole thing is, in response to Wack, is, from what I follow Wack, so I see a lot of the stuff that he do. And just last week, he was promoting um, new snitching rules for the youth, basically going along the same sentiments that Hocus Pocus 4/5 and Styles P are talking about. You know what I mean? So him now, I get it. Adam 22, your man, which I don't understand why Wack is up at no jumper like that. As big of a um, boss or mogul he is within the industry. So I don't know if things are slowing down in that aspect, but for him to be up there and tolerate a lot of the disrespect and backhanded sex play jokes that Adam 22 always throwing him, um, I just would want to know what makes you want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? As far as being the Wack 100 that we know go off the leash and things like that. But yeah. So Wack, he basically, to me, is going against with the message that he just tried to put forth in um, his YouTube videos, post, of course on Clubhouse, where he's basically he dropping his flag basically in so many words. He's telling the youth, don't be about this. I ain't no street dude. I ain't no gangster. I ain't no gang member. I'm a businessman. This and that. All the things that I think is a positive note that we need to let these kids hear. But then in some way, shape, or form, he's looking at the pushback of somebody calling out a person that's not necessarily of the culture outside of the people that flock to him for TV time or a check. I guess I don't know, but I don't see nothing to I don't see nothing to where you could really find a way to go at Styles P about that. Styles P, I think, was keeping it fair, keeping it level headed, keeping it mature. So Wack took some type of offense to that. I don't know why. That's on him. But as far as the Adam 22 video and mockery goes, I mean, that's just what we gotta expect when we allow certain people into our culture. They get a certain level of comfortability, and especially if you're not checking the disrespect when it first occurs. So if you let this man get away with doing all kind of stuff, sex playing gang members, making fun of gang members, For instance, like the dude that blew off his hand with the fireworks on 4th of July, 4Extras, you know, as soon as 4Extra did that, he in the hospital. Every op that he has is on No Jumper with the platform. You know what I'm saying? So he's not fucking with it. He's like, nah, that ain't cool. You know, so it just shows you that the loyalty that you expect to have with some of these people within this industry is only as far as they could use you for. That's the loyalty. That's where the line stops. You know, that's the cap. That's the ceiling. You know, so y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all think Styles P is overdoing it, going too hard on Adam 22 and the black men that associate themselves with him. You know what I mean? Do you feel like East Coast business is East Coast business, West Coast business is West Coast business? You know, I mean, although Hocus Pocus 4/5 is from the East Coast and he started the challenge. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think anybody that's not in that position, that lifestyle of you know, the streets, the gang banging and all of that stuff, putting in work and all that. I don't think it should be on us to, you know, necessarily have too much of a say so in the situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going off of reacting to the situation that happened. It's everywhere in the blogs and stuff. But at the same time, am I gonna go making posts and talking, hey man, how dare you do this? How dare you do that? Or, you know, am I gonna really take a side on who I think is right or wrong? No, it's not my business. I really don't care. I do think that the overall messaging, once they can get cleared the egos and all that, the overall messaging is a positive message for our youth. Stay out the streets. You know what I'm saying? All these codes that they try to put in place and enforce, you know, the youngsters, we see that they not even living by them codes. You know what I'm saying? All we hear in the last 3 years is nothing about paperwork, snitching, ratting, who been to jail, who ain't never been to jail, how many yards you walk, all these type of things like that, to where it's not a good look for somebody that's impressionable, like a little boy or little girl, you know, in the actual neighborhoods, and you know, if that's all that they see and being glorified and the cool thing, you know, what do you expect them to do? So if I hope that they all can get it clear, have a conversation about it, because that's probably what it started, a good conversation starter for the East Coast and the West Coast and all gang members across the country to come together and have a real conversation about what we doing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people is giving Hocus Pocus 4/5 issue about him trying to drop his flag, because it comes off the heels of him being indicted in a RICO and, you know, things like that. He also said that he wanted to start another organization, you know what I'm saying, where it's basically, it sounded like what you got to go through when you go to prison, how they say you program. Like you said, yeah, you got to make sure you work out, you do this, you go to school. All that stuff sounds good, but why do you need to be a gang or a organization of one group of people as opposed to just helping everybody? Because it might be a lot of them kids that's too quiet, too shy, not about that life, and ain't nothing wrong with not being about that life. Ain't nothing wrong with you not having that crash out bone in your body. You know what I'm saying? So, man, y'all let me know what y'all think. As always, man, protect yourself, protect your family, and protect your peace. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Amp Dog with another episode of Politickin. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing your love, and make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and tell a friend, Big Amp Dog said, what's the deal?